I'm Kev.
And I'm Steve.
And we're from the internet.
Want to help us spread the We're From the Internet word? Leaving us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes and Stitcher would give us a nice little boost in the search results and help new listeners find us.
Would you rather be a lawyer or a surgeon?
A lawyer, I think, because I'd have all the different kind of get out of jail free cards in my head.
What if you needed urgent surgery on yourself and there was no one else nearby?
I often perform urgent surgery
What
on myself.
if you were Jack in Lost and needed to take your appendix out? And you needed to talk someone through it?
I've got like a sore side at the moment. I'm going to the doctor's about it tomorrow morning. And what side is your appendix on?
The inside.
Yeah, and it's on the right, is it?
I'm not sure.
Because, I mean, the doctor I saw the other week had a poke around on my side and made it really hurt, and it's been hurting quite... It was hurting already, but she made it really hurt, and it's been hurting since.
If there's any justice in the world, it's a kidney stone, and you're going to have to stop mocking me.
It might be a gallstone or something like that.
Oh, they're even worse than kidney stones, apparently.
Yeah.
But
because it's right where my gallbladder should...
If all it is a bit of discomfort, it's not any kind of stone, because you saw what I was like when I had my kidney stones.
Well, no, I think it's like the early stages, because... It was aching and then she poked it and it hurt even more.
In my experience, there is no early stages. It goes from you're completely fine, quite happy. Next day, you're whizzing blood and you think nothing of it.
I'm substantially tougher than you.
In the toilets of the college that I weed blood in the toilets of the college we were both doing a work placement at and thought, that's a bit weird. Zipped my trousers up and went back to work, and it wasn't until the next day when I was rushed to A&E because I thought my insides were exploding, and it was about 2 days out when I mentioned to the doctor, by the way, could this be related to that blood I was weeing the day before and didn't tell anyone about? Yeah, you should have gone to the doctors right then, idiot. But yeah, that pain just snap, it's on, and it feels like someone is ripping your inside out.
Area.
It could be kidneys.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not my kidneys.
Can I punch you in the kidney?
Because the kidneys would hurt at the back.
Would it hurt the front then?
Yeah.
Perhaps it's just stomachache.
No, front, top,
Have you got
right.
indigestion?
It's exactly where my gallbladder is.
So you've got a gallstone?
Possibly.
You know the cure for a gallstone? You have to stop eating fattening food.
That's probably good.
It's fattening food.
I don't really eat fatty food that often.
I disagree. I've seen you eat many fatty foods. But apparently if you have like a takeaway and you've got a propensity to gallstones, then it just makes you really ill and your gallstones come back. They forever repeat and you have to just stop eating anything unhealthy.
Probably a good sign.
You can't eat bread and cakes and oily foods.
I'll just have the damn thing taken out so that I can eat what I want.
Don't. There's probably repercussions to doing.
If I was a surgeon, I'd know the answer.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas if you were a lawyer, you could just sue the food companies who made you this way.
Exactly.
So
I'll tell you who I will sue. I want to be the lawyer, because I went to the doctors about this and they forgot to book me an appointment. I was in there, they said, oh yeah, we'll book you an ultrasound, and then they didn't book it. And I'm thinking that could explode.
They probably didn't forget, they just realised you weren't a pregnant lady.
There could be a hand grenade in my side right now, for all I know, and it could just be about to explode, and they're not bothering to check. So I don't even know, it might even be going there for the ultrasound tomorrow. They just rang me and said, come and have an appointment.
If you have the ultrasound and they tell you it's a little boy...
That'd be great, I'd love that.
Before you ring the news... Can I be there so that when you're interviewed by, I imagine ITN will pick this up, BBC won't be interested, but ITN, the Daily Star will be there as well. Man impregnated by aliens. I can see the headline now, but I want to be there just gurning in the background, mocking you while you're being interviewed.
Yeah,
and just basically making what's already quite a humiliating experience, I want to make it worse.
I wouldn't be humiliated, I'd be quite chuffed.
What, if you were a pregnant man?
Yeah, the first man in history to be pregnant.
No, Arnold Schwarzenegger did it.
Well, okay, the second man in history to be pregnant. It'd be interesting if it turned out I had a Siamese twin on the inside of my stomach.
You've already got one on the side of your head. That got cut off.
Yeah, but we don't talk about that because it makes my friend cry.
I'm all about making your friends cry. Would your friends cry if you were pregnant?
They'd probably be quite joyous.
I think more people would laugh at you and mock you because it would turn out that you were a hermaphrodite all along and you just didn't realise it. Because that could happen, couldn't it? If you were male and female but didn't know about the female bit, the female part of you could get pregnant, surely.
I guess so.
Is that something
I've had ultrasounds before. I think they'd have noticed if I had ovaries.
Could you get yourself pregnant like the fella off of Misfits?
I doubt it. But yeah, I think they'd notice. I've had ultrasounds before. When I fell down the stairs and thought I'd broken my ribs, I had a scan there and they couldn't see anything wrong. They actually scared me because they kept looking at it, and one of them called the other one across the room, and they were scanning me all over, and they kept just looking, and I was like, is everything alright? And I went, yeah, we just can't see any problems. And I was like, okay, well, that's a good thing. You're acting like you're really confused.
Did they just diagnose you with being a whiny little bitch?
No, they could see it was swollen, it just wasn't broken. But the way they were acting was like I'd come for nothing when there was clearly a mark.
This man's stomach seems swollen, we don't know why. What could it possibly be? Was the story... Did you see the season of Misfits where the runner guy got himself pregnant?
Yeah, I think so.
Was that not the worst storyline in the history of television?
Yeah, there was lots of awful stuff in that.
Yeah, but that was properly awful when he... Because he could change from man to woman, couldn't he? And he was having some special time as a boy, and then wiped it on a tissue, then switched to a girl to have some special time, and used the same tissue to clean himself up afterwards, thus making himself pregnant.
It was just a way to try and be hilarious, wasn't it?
But that's worse. We've not ever written anything that bad, have we?
Well, there's a few times I've watched stuff recently. I mean, I'm watching the program called The 100, and twice just had a character appear in it that's never been in it before, and they all act like they know them because they're useful to the plot. This guy was like, oh yeah, I'm back from that surgery I had. I had to have 3 operations. I'm fine now, though.
Well, they probably didn't cast all 100 characters right at the outset, did they?
No, but acting like that, I mean, Lost didn't do that. Well, they did.
They had Nicky and Paolo.
Yeah, I should say Nicky and Paolo did that, but they didn't do that with anyone else, really.
I'd rather be a lawyer.
Yeah, me too. What would you do if you were a lawyer, then?
Sue loads of people. I'd really like to be able to nitpick at contracts and just be a complete wang to everybody out there.
You can still do that.
Yeah, but I don't understand them, and I'm not interested enough.
I know, I love it. The amount of times I know a bit about contracts. If you get like I don't know if this is still the case, but it was for years. I haven't needed it recently, but if you got a letter from your phone contract saying, oh, we're changing the cost of our 800 numbers, they're now going to cost you 30p instead of 29p. You can ring up and just say you're outraged and cancel the contract with no obligation. And me and my sister did this years ago, and I was saying, but you haven't made a single 08 whatever number call since you've had your contract. And we were like, oh yeah, but I might want to, and you've changed the terms, and just got out of our contracts because they were
still get to keep the phone if you do that.
Yeah, we did, but we were quite far into it, so I don't know whether that made a difference. This could be quite the
business opportunity if you just take out a load of phone contracts for top-of-the-range iPhones. I mean, I looked up how much my phone would cost to buy outright, and it's like 750 quid to buy it direct.
See, I imagine now there's probably more clauses in there, but at the time there wasn't.
Well, if you were a lawyer, you could look into it for me. While I'm there cutting your appendix out, because I assume we can't both be lawyer, we're being offered these jobs, so we have to pick one. We have to decide who's going to be the lawyer, who's going to be the surgeon, and then we go into business together and become a travelling... We'll be ambulance chasers. I'm there... I'm assuming I'm the surgeon now because you're the contracts man. So we're chasing after the ambulances. I'm stopping people from dying by cutting bits off them and sewing bits back on. No, we're chasing the ambulance.
Well, I could just be in it with you. You're a surgeon.
No, I'm a rogue surgeon. Chasing the ambulances.
Yeah, but if you were in the ambulance already...
But then I wouldn't be a rogue surgeon.
I wouldn't have to chase it. We'd be all above board.
Yeah, but I'm a rogue.
Yeah, but I could be the rogue lawyer who has a mate who's a surgeon, and I sit in the back of the...
I'm living on the edge of the law. The only thing keeping me out of prison is my lawyer mate who who helps me chase ambulances. So I'm a surgeon who cuts corners.
You're not paid on commission.
I'm a surgeon who never went to medical school. I just like to cut people.
That's making sense.
And you're a lawyer who never went to lawyer school, and we chase around ambulances. I cut bits off people, and then you sue it, and then you
sue them. Yeah, there's loads of ways to get out of contracts that we haven't got time to go into now.
No, but we're writing this bloody book.
Let's come together.
Want to support the show? Do all your Amazon shopping through we'refromtheinternet.com/Amazon, and it doesn't cost you anything extra, but we get a little kickback on everything you buy.